I've got a table showing me a parachuter's height in feet after a certain number of minutes after she's jumped out of an airplane. Why someone would want to jump out of a perfectly good airplane, I don't know, but she did. So for example, after 0 minutes, so that must be where she jumps out of the plane, she's 2,000 feet in the air. After 1 minute, she's 1,750 feet in the air, and so on. So I'm asked to find what is her height going to be after 7 minutes, and they suggest looking for a pattern. It's a fairly easy pattern to find. If I'm looking at her heights, I'm noticing that each time a minute passes, she's decreased her altitude by 250 feet. So one thing I could do if I wanted to really easily answer that question is I could just extend the chart. So let's go ahead and do that. After 5 minutes, after 6 minutes, and 7 minutes, and so on. So I'm going to keep subtracting 250, assuming that pattern continues as she's descending in her parachute. So after 5 minutes, she's 750, 6 minutes must be 500, and 7 minutes must be 250 feet above the air. So not a very difficult question to answer by any means. The more interesting question to answer, and where we're going to be focused on for the rest of this unit and the next unit, is writing an equation that represents her height after t minutes, meaning I just want to know, just in general, what's her height going to be. So let me show you how I can use this table of values to find that answer. First of all, I'm going to start with her initial height. I know when she jumps out of the plane, she's 2,000 feet in the air. That's my initial height. It's where I'm starting from. And then after that, her height's changing. We found that in the pattern, and it's changing in the sense that she's losing. So I'm going to subtract 250 feet and then per minute, and that's what's changing. So I'm going to put my variable t in that case. Because they asked me to write an equation, I'll make sure I throw that h equals in front. Oops, and again, this was the change. Those of you that are familiar with slope-intercept form, that remember slope-intercept form from previous years, probably have a good idea where we're going to be going with this and how this worked out. But just in general, if I'm working with a table and want to come up with an equation where I see a constant rate of change, I'm going to start with my initial value, what's that beginning number in my chart, and then what am I changing by, with my variable being multiplied by that.